Disabled hide. New lobby. Whoops. Whoopsies. Okay, so we gotta make a new lobby. New public game. Need treasures. Aerolb. Wow, knife and rifle right off the bat. That's nice. RV. Okay. Dogs. Planned ambush. Nice. Pistol. Knife and heavenly host. Okay, well there's my newspaper. Nice to have. Okay, excellent weather. Okay. Garlic and dogs. Garlic and Rufus. Okay. Well then. That's Provit Bologna. Okay, not doing Athens. One glue ticket. Another one. Okay, that's good for horse economy, but not a glue ticket. Trade. We'll pick up. I will give him the rifle and pit. Do I give him the pistol? I think I take the heavenly host, and that's it. I need to leave a space for a discardable item on both of them. So one glue ticket down, 2 more to go. But I also need to find the... But I need to actually find the horses too. Good luck. Not particularly ill presence, okay. Oh, well. England start. Well then, that is interesting. Crucifix and Hypnosis. Okay. Garlic Wreath? No thank you. I suppose I should have done a proper intro, but this is League of Dracula 2025, and I am playing as Hunters versus Aerolb in our reverse matchup. He managed to beat me, albeit barely, when I was playing as Dracula. Also very nice to get that glue ticket. And I now know that he began up here in England. So we don't have any horses yet, so let's not worry too much. Let's give him her hypnosis. And sure, you can see that I have hypnosis. I know where you are anyway, so I don't especially care. Now we trade again. It may seem like it may seem a little bit excessive, all this trading, but there is actually purpose behind it, and the purpose of it is to make sure that Gul'daming never like draws a glue ticket as his first ticket draw and then has to discard a glue ticket. So basically it's making sure that if Gul'daming finds the last glue ticket, I can keep it. Okay, no pistol or garlic wreath. Speed telegraph. Interesting. The funny thing is, I could have Seward start heading up that way into England. So this thing is adjacent to Van Helsing. That seems to say that he went with the for a second location. He misdirected his starting location. Starting location is this. I would assume that that's Manchester then. I think we'll have him supply one last time to fill it. Whoa, second vigor, sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna have him. Yeah, and have him find a weapon. Great strength, very nice, very nice. We gotta find some horses, for goodness sakes. Discard rifle and show that horse. Okay, Mina's ready to go. Oh, Aggie? Since I know where you are now, we shall ally. Especially since I don't have a surprising return to fetch Rufus back. Yet, at least. There we go. And since I traded the white one off, I don't have to discard it. That's right, there's me getting rewarded for doing it the way I did. I think I'll be yeah, we can take it. I'll have Van Helsing start moving about next turn. I start keeping this trail contained. Pass. Or I could have Van Helsing supply one last time. So that I can send him, since I have newspaper, I can tell him, I'll be able to tell him exactly where to go. Yeah. Because this could be, that could be a hide at Swansea. Yeah, I don't want to send him up to Edinburgh only to discover that he, no. Long night. Okay. I can easily lose that. Seward, on the other hand, can start moving. He has stuff that's good enough. Where... Yeah. If I draw something crazy good, then I will have to lose the planned... the sense of emergency, I think. Stake, probably nice to have. We'll discard Crucifix as like a play around. I'll keep dogs to play around the like typical hide saboteur thing. Select cards. Let's get moving. So let's see if we can improve horse economy. Apparently not, but oh well. Oh well, he improved horse economy. Although he doesn't have a horse, which is pity, but... I think we will pass with or we'll trade with Van Helsing. Who has empty slots for an event? Mina does. We'll give Mina the great strength. Empty some hand space. And, well, just get started. So, yeah, I'll move Van Helsing to wherever this first thing is. Newspaper? Edinburgh. Okay, so it was Edinburgh, but... Okay, no need for a new vigor yet. Unless I want to try to jump on him. Which, at this point, I know he's at Swansea one way or another. That would be... if these two are more combat ready, then I might consider doing that, but they are not. We need to find a horse for Godalming. So I'll have him keep digging. Train up to Edinburgh and attend to whatever it is. Okay, horse. Okay, I mean for now it'll be just Hamburg. Try to improve horse economy and unfortunate failure in regards to that. He passes. Then we search. In the event it's a hoax, I'll just accept the delay. I want to save my stake for a saboteur. Or rather for a vampire. Spy. Bye bye, spy. Bark, bark, bark. It is very satisfying when you actually get value out of dogs. It's not often that happens. So the best thing he had to lay down first was a spy. Well, then again, I suppose when you do England, you want to do a bunch of things to weaken Van Helsing first. Okay, so he's already left England. That, I think, is kind of a mistake. Because I know he's in Irish Sea. So... We have enough stakes. Parker? Okay, this may help me figure out where the hide card is. Alright. So then. I'll have Sewer deal with that. So, when it comes to you move on to Manchester. So this time, if it's something that dogs would cancel, he'll have to ambush with it. You know what? No. I will reveal that I have a pistol and take 2 instead. We'll come down here. Alright. Take time. Nope. Okay, you search once again with dogs. Oh, reckless vampire. Do I just jump for the Heavenly Host? Try to knock it out right off the bat? I think I will. I'm gonna have to do quite a bit of supplying. Oh, unfortunate. We definitely do not do great strength. Yeah, it's possible that I could have. I do have to show him a renewed vigor now, which is annoying. Okay. Yeah, I could have staked it instead, but so yeah, I could have perhaps done that better. But Van Helsing will try to help with tickets. That does not help, so we will discard that. Then we will pass. Yeah. Considering that I know that there's a hide card here in Liverpool, I'm saving the dogs for the supposed saboteur. I'm assuming that he will move another sea space, because even with one Heavenly Host neutralized, that's not exact. That's really no excuse to go off and just let let me CG him, because I would need only one Heavenly Host on someone else. Just one of the 3, one of the other 2. Yeah, the horses are rather buried this game. Wolf form. Oh, now that's interesting. Intriguing, to be sure. Well, once again, neither Seward or Van Helsing is all that ready for combat, so we will not do anything in regards to that. Let's try to find that horse. Yeah, so now we will indeed stake this thing, and then we'll rest tonight to undo the damage. So I have dogs to deal with the possibility of a saboteur. So, given the circumstances, we had best move Mia to Nantes. Ah, classical doming. That's what I was trying to find, but nope. No such luck. Wolves, okay, and bats. Okay, he could have ambushed me with bats, but okay. So that's the mainland of England cleared, unless he he chose to wolf form back into London. Feed. Okay. Sure. That's one fewer encounter that I have to clear. Okay, there's our horse. There we go. Shard carriage. Nice. Now I can use that yellow 2 that he's got to get me all the way there. So, considering that Van Helsing still has his stake, I'll have him be the one to go across to Ireland. If that is, he ends up to have not gone here. Okay, so it is indeed Ireland. Okay, what do you choose to put there? Alright, well, you already know that I have a pistol, so I can block some of that damage. I don't want Mia drawing another horse, so I'm not sure what exactly I want her to do. Humph. And I also do not want her to draw the last knife. And I also don't want her to draw another Heavenly Host. Honestly, I think that we actually... This may seem extremely absurd, but I think I would just pass. Okay. Yeah, so I'll use Trial Carriage to get Gul'daming down to Marseille, or possibly I may choose to go to Brussels, as that's a better spot for intercepting from Ireland. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use that extra ticket anyway next turn, so we'll just pass. Okay. Dark Hall. So he's just staying at Galway until he can hide. I see. We'll go to Brussels. Time to start refilling my hand. Lucy's Revenge. Okay, that's interesting. So, he made a lair out of Liverpool. this is the lair, but chances are it could well be an aristocratic vampire that he's stuck there just to... Okay. That hurts. Yeah, we gotta... I think that we have to send Mina into Galway. Though at this point it's too late to stop him from hiding. Yeah, I hate having to do this, but I want to scout... Oh, a forewarned? That's nice. Yeah... I can't say I definitely did not like that, but... Okay, come on. Fine. Pass, then we trade with Mina. Give her the plan to ambush, take great strength, and yeah, now Van Helsing can just be a supply bot for a bit. The thing is that since this is not rumored, I get the feeling that if this were a vampire, he would likely have rumored it. So we just lay down the hide card. Okay, we need to... Okay, there's the knife. That's nice. That's nice. So... So he's going to have to go out to either go to Dublin, in which case he risks getting CG'd off. Well, no, because then IRC falls off. He's gonna either have to go to Dublin or go back out to sea, which I think he'll likely do the latter of the two. Trade with Seward, fetch Lucy's revenge, give him great strength, take the, and then I can trade with Gladaming later. So he went back to Dublin now. Or it's possible that okay, yeah, the fact that I put a rumor token there means that he did indeed hide first. Do I send along the sea? I don't think so. Well, I could make it more risky for him to go back to England. We can discard the Holy Circle now. Hide the pistol. Newspaper. Dawn or dusk. Okay. I'm guessing that he's put a fog under the hide to try to mature whatever Galway is. That's not worth a forewarned. He will be hardly surprised to see a knife. Okay, Reckless Vampire. Okay, let's see if we can perhaps just Heavenly Host it. So, find ambush. We get going. Okay, sure. Goodbye. Considering that the deck is close to reshuffling, I don't mind using the Heavenly Host now. What's left in the draw pile? 1, 2, 3. There's... I think there's still... No, we have all the stakes. There's a Holy Bullets. And... which... nothing important. Is there. You pass, you heal. Heal. Yeah, so he can now go back out to sea. It's definitely not time for renewed vigor. So I will move to the Irish Sea with Gul'daming. A rifle. That will replace my doggings. So, considering that he rumored this, I think... Is 3 health enough? No. I think we simply heal today for the next 2 days, then have Van Helsing go deal with that. I'll have Mina stay here for 1 day to... Oh, Mystic Research. Neat. To heal... But now that Gul'daming is here to discourage him from landing immediately. If he lands immediately, he knows that I have a renewed vigor, and he knows that Gul'daming has a horse. Well, he doesn't yet know that he has a horse, does he? Yeah, I suppose he does. I did use it once. Let's get out of 1 claw equals death range. Yeah. The thing is that he's slowly but surely weaning down on health. He's gaining time, but he hasn't gotten any influence yet. So that's very good news for me. Okay, that is another C. Okay. Now I send him back here. Yeah, now Seward is far more properly geared. It's a bit ironic to be moving everyone by sea, but I imagine he's going to wolf on the shore this turn. From the North Atlantic. Or, if he does choose to stay out at sea one more turn, then so now he will wolf on shore, or move to another sea. If he moves another sea, then I'll send Gul'daming to North Sea. Or, no, there. Well, yes, I'll do that. Meanwhile, I'll have Seward and Mina land ashore. Okay, third sea. So that can be a variety of locations. Well, I have hypnosis, so once he lands I can, it's best if I go to the place that's like most in the middle. I'll have the Seward go to the North Sea so that I have someone ready to go back into England if that is what he's up to. But South Atlantic, I don't especially care. Spain is that's just how Spain works. Okay, so a reckless vampire. How to begin? We'll lead off with escape. If he mezzes, he mezzes. Okay. Must have been a pretty bad combat hand for him to do that. Combat hand? Bad combat hand? Definitely curious for him to do that. Yeah, so now I am posted. Now I'm ready to go to do hypnosis and I have a speed telegraph to make it the first thing that happens. So search stake. Goodbye. Trail is cleared. He's out at sea. Good stuff. heal. So, yeah, I'm in a good position here. I do have some event training that needs to be done, though. So he will almost certainly land. Oh, okay, so no, he went to Mediterranean. Or, wait. 1, 2... No, that's not guaranteed yet. Skip. So, that means that I should send Gladaming down to Marseille. I should send Seward to Hamburg. Then supply with Van Helsing. Behind the Veil. Okay. So he does not have any fog. That is nice to know. I am admittedly helping him get through his encounter hand faster. So, he has Soil, Double Hoax, Aristocratic, and Rats. So when he lands, there's very little to be afraid of. So let's fill in the last slot here. Holy Bullets, Scouts. Lol. Okay, come on. Give me that. Pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we haven't had many Dracula events. We've been fortunate in that regards. So we will first trade with Gladaming, give him Lizzie's Revenge. And then rest with me now. So I'll want Mina to supply again next turn. So he did a normal landing. I will do speed telegraph. Yes. This way we can learn where he is via hypnosis. And since I have both running figures, I'll go ahead and use one so that I can react immediately to it. Okay. So Mina will horse down to Marseille. Because the majority of the time he'll be in somewhere in this area. Except now I can't hypnosis. I'm gonna have to hypnosis by night. Whoops. Mistake. Dogs is better than Holy Bullets since when I have no gun. Alright, well, okay then. Tell me. So Edinburgh is a lair, so he can't. So that rules out England from North Sea. Did you go to England? No. In which case, I'm happy to have my hunters down here. So, yeah, and since this is a normal landing, I simply need to have Seward check Amsterdam. Real quick. And then he can also supply Heavenly Host, good. Toss the stake. So we'll trade with Mina. Fetch the Mystic Research. Two Drac events. Okay, 4. Got 4 night supplies at my disposal. Okay, so I know that for sea spaces he did not go. Is not North Sea. If it is English Channel, then he is at Le Havre. 1, 2. Then so this leaves only Le Havre. Knowing what I know now, I know he's either at Le Havre or at a place from the Mediterranean, which most likely means Cagliari. Nope. And then also. What do I do with Gulgaming? Let's real quick check Barcelona. Like I'll use him to. If it's CAG, then okay, but. Now, Van Helsing uses a night supply to grab a card. Mina will supply to try to get something better than a dog's. Okay, that'll do. Local rumors. Oh, sweet. Alright, so it is. I mean, I kind of already knew that at this point. Well, no, there was still the possibility of it being Le Havre. So that's already 2 of my 4 spent. Seward is fine, so I will leave that be. Gulgaming. Ideally, I want him to find a heavenly host, so let's dig a little bit more. Plus, I could find the second excellent weather. Oh, okay. This means that he won't get to lay down an encounter with Hyde, regardless where he is. Okay, there we go. And he's at 8 HP due to all the damage that he's been taking from the sea. So I think I'll have now that Van Helsing has gotten all the shall we say all the events where they should be. Let's work on getting him to a better headquarters, so to speak. I'm sure. Let's just get this out of hand. Going. So now I think we'll still supply with Gulgaming. I can have Seward cover that side. Unfortunate. Yeah, I still don't have perfect horse economy, which is a pity, but okay, so I think I'll send Van Helsing to sea for a couple turns to a rifle. That's better than the stake, as right now, at this point, I want battle cards. So he knows that I've already spent 1 excellent weather. Okay, come on. Pass, and pass. Yeah, I spent 3 night supplies, so I still have 1 left. So he went to sea immediately. So that's good. That's good. So, who do I send to deal with? Cagliari. Or do I... Well, let me see. What did he have to lay down? He had 2 hoaxes, soil. Chances are that is going to be a soil for refreshing health. If it's not that, it's almost certainly going to be a hoax. So, I don't need... He had no... The only vampire it could be is a aristocratic, so I don't have to worry about weaponry. I'll have Gul'daman keep digging for the Heavenly Host, and I'll send Seward and Mina eastward. Oh, surprising return. That would have been nice a good while ago, but I'm not sure if it's much use now. You continue on to the North Atlantic so that we can let's go to Genoa, as he still could. Do I fetch Rufus? I think that I save the surprising return for a search. So we still have 1 night supply, so let's use it to try to dig up that Heavenly Host. Wax cylinders? I mean, could be useful. Unlike this. 0. Pass. 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 So, as of yet, he is not... He may have drawn a fog while he was at... Okay, wolf forming from the Tyrrhenian. Okay, that will likely be Dabari. I think now we use the surprising return to prevent him from hiding there. If he is there. Rufus. Too predictable. Okay, there we go. There it is. And then I send Gul'daman to deal with Cag. And meanwhile, I have these 2 continue onwards. Go to Bordeaux. Okay, in that case we'll go to Venice. Let's try to perfect my horse economy. At last. There we go. I mean, it's not perfected yet because Van Helsing still needs to find one, but now the odds have increased that I get a white one. So let's fetch wax cylinders from Gul'daman. And, sure, we'll give him the escape route. Why not? So if he chooses to stay in Italy, he'll be risking a CG. And he will know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I can't let a hoax mature. Not with 13, not with more than half of the Drac events in the discard. Yeah, so Gladaming moves to Med, then moves to Kag, and it is done. Since I have Charred Carriage, I think I can afford to wait a little in terms of moving Mina, but let's discourage any weirdness, shall we say. That's a roundabout way of saying it. Oh, there's Money Trail. A little late for that to be useful to me, but Heroic Leap. Okay, we can discard the Charred Carriage. Okay. It'll be a couple turns till until Wax Cylinders is potentially useful at all, so we'll just wait. Yeah, so Megan said he can't land at Venice without picking a fight and not being able to land get an encounter down, so yep, we know where he is. Renewed Vigor will not... Let me see. What does Mina have? I could give her a sense of emergency. And then I could jump on him. Yeah. We can pick a 2v1 fight. Guaranteed. So long as I remember to do the sense of emergency instead of the horse. Okay. Skip. So you go to Kag. And then also, I suppose, just search Kag. As I expected. Desecrated Soil. More likely than not, this will be a fog. So, we'll have that Seward Supply, Vampire Lair. Okay. That could buy me an extra day, if I use it properly. How many stakes are in the discard? 2? Which means that there's still 2 more in the deck for Van Helsing to draw. That's nice. Yeah. Casually move on to here. Prevent him from hiding. If he fogs and catches Seward, then in that case, we... In that case, we don't bother trading with Mina. Speed Telegraph. At this point, I suppose I should have traded with Mina first. Is Speed Telegraph ever going to be of any real use? Not especially. What's his health at? 6? Okay. I think that will toss the Speed Telegraph. We'll trade with Seward. This may make sure to fetch the wax cylinder, the vampire lair, and money trail is unlikely to be useful, so I'll go ahead and so you go. Oh, that's unfortunate, but that's just what happened. So now I'm on a bit of a clock as to I already spent my night supplies, so we'll rest, and then we'll pass. So he can now. I doubt that he'll go to Athens, but he might, so as to be safe for a bit. How many hired scouts have I had? 1, 2, 3. There's still one more. There's also a second surprising return that I could use to locate him. So I've now, but there's also CG still in the deck. What's the Heavenly Host situation? I'm actually missing one. Yeah, there's still a Heavenly Host to be drawn too. Skip. Obviously, we need to move by sea. You supply. You supply. Sure. Let's see what we roll. Do we check Sofia? Or do we check Sarajevo? I think we check Sarajevo first. Let's actually do wax cylinders to deduce whether or not Bari, like what type of vampire Bari is. New vamp? Okay, so I'm gonna need to get Van Helsing Glowhaming Stake. Let me see. He lands. Or alternatively, Van Helsing does sense of emergency. Well. And ideally, I simply find him and get rid of him and kill him by the time it's even a concern. So I know that he has fog available, unless he just used it. So when it comes to Bari, I may have to do a night supply to get Gul'damin's stake. Otherwise I lose 2 days worth of time. This is gonna be close. Van Helsing. So ideally, Gul'damin draws one stake, Van Helsing draws the other. This because one stake will buy me 1 more day's worth of time. Or no. While it'll mean that's a reckless ambush. But let me see. How many fighter vamps have we gone through in this cycle of deck? Uh, all the reckless ones are there. So it's unlikely to find that. I imagine that he's going to, if he's gonna move. I doubt he'll feed. And I say that, but he may. Okay, yep. This is going to be a tight game. Go to Naples. I'm actually going to have Seward. Let's see. What do we have in terms of proxy events? We drew one evil presence, and I know we drew one local rumors. So, yeah, there are a good number of events that could help. Newspaper, but that is not one of them. Okay, so you try to draw. At least that'll thin the deck for doming. How many Drac events are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm actually going to have Mina check Athens. I have the forewarned for the fog, and then I can do heroic leap. Okay, good. This is good for me. I can make it so that you can't go back out to sea. Okay, skip. That I can forewarn. And the thing is, now you can do heroic leap, and her part of the job will be done. Okay. Doing. Hiya. And the neat thing is, he has no choice but to send her away. He can't feed and try to kill her. And without wolf form, and I've made it so that he can no longer go back out to sea before feeding first. So therefore, that means that Seward will guaranteed have a chance to do this. But if Seward fails to kill, well, will he fail to kill with Aggie in play? Because I just need to get in one hit, and let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 8 events out of 22. Yeah, I like not guarantee kill him next turn. Do you have planned ambush on someone? Yeah, I think that's... But if I fail to kill him... Well, then he wins. If I don't kill this. So, I actually think I have to do this. I'll discard the horse because at this point, Gul'damin's need of movement is at this point finished. also have great strength, and that will help. Nope. So, the fact that he got a Dracula event. If I gave him specifically Unearthly Swiftness, then I have lost. Okay. Good. It's not something like that. Play escape route. Alright, Seward's turn. In you go. So we've got a 1v1 here with Aggie to help me out. Yeah, I imagine folks are quite hyping up in Scotsword's neutral commentary. We'll go with dodge. Yep. Yeah, he was either gonna start with dodge, mez, or fangs. So, but now he has to play that guessing game again. But I don't want to risk. I think we go with punch next. Actually, if he does strength, there's nothing. Yeah, that's a shame, but not much I could have done about that. Next, we'll do claws. I'm not. Next we'll do. Next we do knife. Or do I do Heavenly Host next? Yeah, I have Aggie, so perhaps I should have done rifle, because if he does fangs, he takes damage anyway. Yeah, I don't know what. I wonder what his what Drac event I gave him. Claws? Okay, I don't care. I have great strength. I'm fine. I've had great strength for a long time. Now, thanks to Aggie, he can no longer escape. So now we just threaten damage every round. And that's that. So if he does claws, I'll spend the great strength for the win. GG, well played. Okay, so in the end, I take the game with a that's gonna be a 7 IDS victory. Nice. I had a great GS anyway. I had it since Seward's first second event. I had GS anyway. Had it since Seward's second event. Yeah. So claws wouldn't save you there. So claws wouldn't save you there. I drew. What Drac event? What Drac event? I need. I needed to night supply. To get LG a stake ache for the new vamp. Didn't. It didn't get it LG a stake for the new vamp. Well, GG, well played. But well, GG, well played. Had at VL but not in a position to use it. But yeah, that's another win on the board. So I'm keeping up my record of it. I'm at least keeping my win-loss record at 50-50. So, and I'm getting an overall positive IDS. So at least the majority of my wins are being more influential than my losses in terms of IDS. So while I'm not doing as well as I have done in the past, it doesn't matter. So long as I'm not bottom 4, which at this point I will be extremely embarrassed if I end up getting bottom 4 after now being 4 wins. 4 wins halfway through. Then I am going to be just fine. In any event, see you all in the next video. I'm not sure when that will be. I may end up live streaming someone else's game. I may end up and then my next opponent is Strider 6i6, who as of yet is completely undefeated. But his current his next opponent is Mr. Green, my oldest friend, who is definitely going to be one tough person to pull a double on. In any event, thank you all for watching, everyone. See you all next time. Bye.